Josh, I'd really like to be a journalist when I leave school, but it's a very difficult career to get into, so everyone tells me. I want to study history and politics when I go to university, because I think they'll help me with my career. And I'm also helping to write the school magazine to get some experience of journalism.
Look with your partner, show your answers, discuss whether you agree, okay? Did you hear the same things? Talk together, then we will listen again. Okay, so share your answers together. Listen to it, Massa, you share what you've got, okay, and then when you listen again, you'll hear. Okay, it's okay, so
a lot of travelling abroad.
I'm really sorry.
Design.
Yes.
okay. Let's listen again and see if you can get, add here subjects and courses. Okay, anything that the person is talking about that they study or have studied, okay? So subjects and courses, not just subjects. Okay. Listen again.
Recording 2. Will.
I was always very bad at school. I failed all my exams and I left secondary school at the age of 16. I'm really sorry I didn't work harder at school. I worked as a van driver for a few years. Then I went to college to get some qualifications. I did a course in information technology. I studied in the evenings after work. For the first time, I really enjoyed going to class. I took my exams again, and this time I passed. It shows that it's never too late to learn. Now I've got my own computer sales company.
Okay, guys. So what subjects or courses did he mention? Masa? Yeah, a course in information technology. So remember we talked about you can do an English course, you can do an information technology course, or a course in information technology. You can use it that way also. Okay. And what jobs did he talk about? Megan, did you hear any of his jobs?
Computer company.
Well done. What part of the computer company? Computer? No, sorry, not design, not sales. Okay, computer sales company. Okay, so basically a company that sells computers, okay, the sales, well done. There was another job he talked about that he had in the past. Well done, a van driver, okay, so maybe he delivered the mail or something like that, well done. Okay, next one, let's hear about Vicky.
Vicky. Before I had children, I worked for a big financial company. It was a good job, and I earned quite a lot of money, but I worked long hours, and there was a lot of travelling abroad. So when my 2 children were born, I stopped work for a few years to look after them. Now they're at school, and so I'm training to be a maths teacher. Maths was my favourite subject at school. It's a really good job for me because I'll have holidays at the same time as my children.
Joe, what subject or course did you hear about? Yep, she likes maths, well done. What's she doing at the moment, Serena? What's she studying or training? What's she training to be? A maths, what? Teacher. She's training to be a maths teacher. Okay, training to be a maths teacher. What job did she do in the past, Felipe? What kind of work did she do in the past?
sorry, but I didn't listen what job.
Okay.
In the future, she like to work in a child company.
In a what, sorry?
Child company.
No, she stopped work to take care of her children. Big thing. Yeah, in the past, she worked for a big financial company. Okay, so a financial company is a big company that deals with money. Okay, so investments. Maybe they take your money and invest it, but working in finance. Okay, so finance means money. Okay, and that's the noun. Okay, so financial is the adjective for finance. Okay, tell me finance.
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 So the adjective financial.
Financial.
Good, financial.
Financial.
So a financial company, so a company that's all about money. Okay. All right. So she worked for a big financial company in the past. She wants to be a maths teacher, so she's training to be a maths teacher. Okay.
Francine. Languages were always my favourite subjects at school. When I was at primary school, where they taught us French from the age of 8, I found the lessons interesting, and I soon found that I was good at learning languages. So then I started learning Spanish as well. Now I'm at university. Next year I'm going to Lisbon to study Portuguese. When I graduate, I'd like to look for a job where I can use my languages. In an international company, maybe.
Okay. Right, Serena, what subjects did you hear? Good. Okay, so the general subject was languages. Which languages in particular, Megan? French, Spanish, and Portuguese. Okay, good. Portuguese. Tell me Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Good. Where do you speak Portuguese? Felipe, you would know.
In Brazil.
Brazil?
Portugal.
And Portugal, just those two?
In Goa.
In Goa?
In Goa, in little island in India.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
They speak Portuguese there. Excellent. Thank you. It's always interesting to me that in Brazil they speak Portuguese. I keep thinking it should be Brazilian, but it's Portuguese, right? Well done. Okay. All right, so that's the subjects that we heard. We heard languages, French, Spanish, and Portuguese. What jobs did we hear about? Okay, good. She wants to work in an international company. Okay, why?
She can use
Good. She wants to be able to use her languages, right? Good. Well done. Okay, the last one. This guy is Josh. He is just 15. Okay, so where do you think he is studying now? He's only 15 years old. Probably at high school still. Okay.
Josh, I'd really like to be a journalist when I leave school, but it's a very difficult career to get into, so everyone tells me. I want to study history and politics when I go to university because I think they'll help me with my career. And I'm also helping to write the school magazine to get some experience of journalism.
Hey, first of all, what job did you hear? Journalist. Do you know a journalist? What does a journalist do? What does a journalist do? Ah, no. Good try. What, do you know the word journal? Journal? What's a journal? Like a diary, right? So a journalist is a person who writes. Okay, a person who writes. So your diary can also be called a journal. So if you write in it, you are like a journalist. A journalist usually writes for a newspaper or a magazine. Okay. So it's a writer. So usually a journalist will look for news, okay? Go out and ask questions and write. Okay, so usually for a for a newspaper or a magazine. Okay, tell me, journalist.
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 Keep up this. Journalist. Journalist. Well done. Okay, so he wants to be a journalist. So what subjects do you talk about? Is it easy to become a journalist or difficult? Difficult, yeah, okay, difficult to become a journalist. So what subjects does he think he should study?
History.
Yep, and politics, well done, okay. Where? What did he say? History and politics? At university, well done. Okay, what is he doing now? He wants to become a journalist. He's doing something now.
Writing a school magazine.
Well done. He's writing for his school magazine to practice. Well done. So that's part of his training. Good work, Jim. All right, look at number 2 with your partner. And this is some more specific information. So we are here. So looking back at Will, Vicky, Francine and Josh, discuss with your partner, this time Felipe and Jib, Mo and Megan, and you guys can stay together. Okay, so who failed all his exams at school? Who do you think? Will. Yeah, okay, well let's do it all together. Will, okay, failed all his exams at school. Who learned French at primary school?
Francine.
Francine, yeah, Francine. Okay, she's the one who loves languages. How old was she when she started learning languages? Anyone remember? No, she was younger than that. I think she said 8. When she was 8, she started learning French, I think. Okay, 3. Who worked for a big financial company? Vicky. Why did she stop? Why? She had her children. Good, so she took a break. All right. Who wants to do a career that is very difficult to get into? Josh, well done. Okay, so we talked about getting into university, but also you can talk about getting into a career. Okay, so he wants to get into journalism. Okay, he wants to be a journalist. That's the person. Okay, he wants to get into the subject, which is also a noun, journalism. Okay, tell me journalism. Journalism. So that's the subject. Journalist is the person. Right, okay? Right, so he wants to get into journalism. He wants to be a journalist. All right. Next one. Who is going to Lisbon soon? Who is going to Lisbon soon? Where is Lisbon? I know you all know. Felipe? Where is Lisbon? Portugal. Okay, so who is going to Lisbon soon? Francine. Okay, she'll be able to practice her Portuguese. Who stopped work for a few years? Vicky, yep, to have her children. Who worked as a van driver?
Will.
Yes, he did. Well done. Who owns his own company now? Will, I think he does, doesn't he? Yeah, it's Will. Who writes for his school magazine? Josh. Who is training to be a teacher? Vicky. Good. Okay, turn to the back of your book to 170. We're up to 174. Page 174, where it says Module 13, Recording 1, and we'll listen one more time, and you can follow, read along. Look for any vocabulary that you don't know.
I worked as a van driver.
Sorry, if you don't know the vocabulary, remember and ask me at the end.
Will. I was always very bad at school. I failed all my exams and I left secondary school at the age of 16. I'm really sorry I didn't work harder at school. I worked as a van driver for a few years. Then I went to college to get some qualifications. I did a course in information technology. I studied in the evenings after work. For the first time, I really enjoyed going to class. I took my exams again, and this time I passed. It shows that it's never too late to learn. Now I've got my own computer sales company.
Vicky. Before I had children, I worked for a big financial company. It was a good job, and I earned quite a lot of money, but I worked long hours, and there was a lot of travelling abroad. So when my 2 children were born, I stopped work for a few years to look after them. Now they're at school, and so I'm training to be a maths teacher. Maths was my favourite subject at school. It's a really good job for me because I'll have holidays at the same time as my children.
Francine. Languages were always my favourite subjects at